And you're stuck on the radio with us. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody, and welcome to the Dork Table. Hey, Flasheroony Dork.
Greetings, Miss Mary. How are you today on this wonderful 13th of May, 2017?
I am doing just absolutely splendiferous. And you?
Oh. Whoops. Well,
I wasn't looking at the... Yeah, I didn't see you just took a toke.
I was in mid when you asked that question, but I will say this. What did you ask? I forgot. I forgot what you asked me already. Yeah.
That's okay. I just asked how you're doing, and then I looked up and I saw we got a deep dork Vinny, and it's like, really? Brag much?
What? Attention, all little dorks. Stranger danger. Stranger. Nah, it's just that wacky old Uncle Vinny. You know.
Yeah.
The one we don't like to invite to the family reunions.
There ain't many stranger than that.
Yeah, he comes looking for girls every time. Strange.
Whatever you do, don't let him give you a wet willy. That's just freaking gross.
Yes, Miss Mary, I do agree with that at a 98% rate.
Yeah, it's not his finger either.
Wow. Okay, well, we've reached a new high here at the Dork Table. Thank you for listening, and see y'all next week. Wow. What the hell was all that about?
I have no freaking clue. It popped in my head. Yeah, because, I'm drinking caffeine, and, yeah.
That's what you're trying to know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm on drugs. All these people that say, I don't do drugs, and yet they drink pop, they drink coffee. Do what?
Do your thing so we can read the blurb and get on with the important events taking hold of the world as we speak and spin.
Okay, well, I have to retweet because over here on Twitterville, Barman tweeted that the dorks are on the loose, so I had to retweet that.
Loose
although
dorks,
loose dorks.
Enter at own risk. I warned you.
Oh goodness. Over here in the corner pocket, see, you're imbibing and I'm getting choked up. Over here in the corner pocket, I see lots of people, especially Sock and Fluke and
people.
I have no idea who this Blobes is. It's like, whee! And looky, there's a guest 677 or 68837. Yeah, dyslexic much? Or okay. Hi, Rain. That's who that was. She was a guest, but now it's Rain. Hi, Rain.
Rain.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm befuzzled. I'm using some of those words and making up some of my own. Okay, over here on Freakers Network, can you do this?
Wow.
I think there's something in the water, is what I think.
I don't know. Let me go ask my wife if I can do that.
Okay,
but
over on this Freedoms Network.
You might really be sorry. Think it through, Miss Mary. Think it through.
Okay. Really? Okay, you're listening to me talk and I'm having trouble. and you're telling me to think? Yeah, right. Okay, over here on this Freedoms Network, I see Estrella is over here posting stuff. I also see Grimmy. And I see me. And I see Bungalow in the Jungle.
In the jungle.
Yeah, and over on Fakey Book, I don't think there's anybody paying attention, and that's okay. That's okay.
We like that when they ignore us on Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
It
Fascist
it
book.
makes me want to put my pants back on when they ignore me on Facebook.
Well, and one of the things that I've just been kind of, well, I think everybody knows I'm an admin on our work Facebook page. And then I also have family that I keep in touch with on there. And then I just kind of sit for the most part and watch shit go by because I'm kind of crazy like that. But I've been seeing a lot lately of people going, Facebook, you need to, Facebook, you need, and they're, it's like, you need to police these people better, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to make my notifications better. And it's like, really? Really? And then in the next breath, they're bitching about how they're getting a Facebook timeout. And it's like, okay, if you think that someone else needs to be policed on Facebook, then don't be surprised if someone else thinks you need to be policed on Facebook. It's a two-way street here, peeps, and actually it's a multi-lane superhighway kind of thing going on with these loop-de-loop-de interchange shit. So, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Seriously? It just makes me crazy.
What about all those choices that you have to make about the way you can use it? Freedom and all like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do it my way or get the fuck out.
Well, and there was someone, a friend of mine, shared a picture to me that someone else that is trolling his page, which, yes, he's very, very much of a Bible thumper. That
he's out of control.
Well, no, he's just very much a Bible thumper.
Mind.
Yeah.
Just making a joke.
Yeah, but someone jumped on to start trolling him, and they took his one of his profile pictures and turned it into a meme about him being a racist, homophobic, yada 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 asshole. And I just, he sent me this picture, and he said, "What should I do about it?" And I said, "Thank him."
Yeah, but I got a question now. Mm-hmm. What is wrong with being a racist, homophobic asshole if that's what you want to be?
I don't know, but he was all bent out of shape because someone slapped a tag on him. And I've been there, where someone slapped a tag on me that I didn't appreciate, and then I had someone, a lovely Circleine, explain to me that just because they slapped it on me didn't mean I had to wear it. So
Oh, you didn't know that already. Oh, okay.
Well, she told me that a long time ago, but so I was explaining to him.
Yeah, some things I don't notice too. Other people got to bring them to my attention, like the thing about the driver's license that you don't like to talk about.
Yeah, well, I just told him that obviously he has touched a nerve, and you need to thank him because apparently you have so much power that he felt as though he felt compelled to go out of his way to take a picture of you and turn it into a meme. And just because it's it says things that you don't agree with doesn't mean you have to wear that. So just tell him thank you and move along. Well, he should be blocked and he should be banned. And I said, as soon as you open your mouth and say that kind of stuff, then you are giving someone else permission to block and ban you. So think before you start saying there ought to be a law, because there's entirely too many.
Come on. Yeah, so what? If there wasn't a way to do it, I'd figure a way out.
Well,
or at least give the impression or the illusion, I got the elixir. But I'd at least make them think I was ignoring them if I didn't have an ignore button. You know how I do that? Let me tell you a secret.
What's that?
Ready for this?
Sure.
You ignore them.
Yeah.
Stop reading their fucking chat. They're boring anyway. So what?
Yeah.
The reason I do read it now is because we get into these little conversations that are quite entertaining.
Well, and see, so long as it's entertaining, whatever. But
oh, man, I can't make this shit up. I mean, I've got people that I talk to in real life that when I tell them about Hans, they think he's a character of one of my jokes or stories. They don't believe it.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't ever tell them, hey, you can go check it out on the RLM for yourself, because that would be too traumatizing.
Yeah. And speaking of the RLM, let's say hey to everybody over on the RLM, shall we? Are you ready to be my echo? Yeah, they're chitty
Abso-
chatting.
I like the RL and M.
I do too. I do too. Okay, over here in the RL and M, we have right up top Barman because he's still collecting the tabs from everybody, don't you know?
Man, you imitation human being, you.
Yeah, but you know I really like Barman.
AI lover.
Yes, I
Traitor,
am.
you quitter. Giving up on the weenie isn't gonna help. We're still gonna be there with our weenies.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Grimner is right behind Barman because Barman's collecting the tabs and then passing it off to Grimnerd. I also see the lovely Moose Girl is in the house. Hey there, Moosey. How you doing? Flash, did you know that you ate too many cat butt dandelions? Shame on you.
No, see, Sock posted a thing about dandelions.
Yeah, and I saw it and shared it.
In the site.
Mm-hmm.
Or you shared. Somebody shared.
No,
Okay,
Sock shared it, and then I took it and ran with it.
Yeah, well, I wrote a little thing about my cat, the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He wipes his ass on dandelions, you know.
Well,
He don't give a shit. But
the flowers are so soft.
right, and then Sock expanded it into now I'm licking the cat's butt or something. I don't know. Him and Hans are probably, working on his secret messages in the background so they can, hit me with a 10-4 and sink my battleship.
Oh, but man.
It will not work. Can't work. You know why?
Why?
Because we're just talking shit on the internet. It's not real.
Oh, that's
Sometimes it's funny as fuck, though. I was laughing when I first read it. I went, wow, guy's got an imagination. Then I realized I started it. So, of course, my jokes make me laugh. It's in my DNA.
All righty. Well, there's a lovely Moose Girl. Moose! And then she's closely followed by the lovely Kate. Then we have Aliased is in the house, as well as Osmo. And Beth Z. Chalcedony. He's got the O going, don't you know? Your better half is in there.
Hello, honey.
Oh, Moosey shared
honey?
Yes, Moosey shared the dandelion thing, and Sock reposted it. Sweet. See, that's how people learn things. One person sees it, they share it, and then that person, and on and on and on, and that's how the ripples work out. So,
and all I meant was I'm not gonna eat something that I saw my cat rub his ass on. Sorry. It ain't going to fucking happen. I don't care what kind of vitamins are in dandelion. The cat just fucked all that up for me. You, on the other hand, may be of the type that can tolerate cat balls on your dandelions. I have
do female kitty cats, so I don't have to worry about cat balls.
Okay, lack of cat balls.
No, my dogs pee on the dandelions, so there you go.
Out of the frying pan. The wieners are gonna still be here.
Oh, well, let's see. Where was I at? Circles. Double dipping a Chloe is in the house. Hey, Chloe. It's a Chloe.
She's Chloe Lefty. I nicknamed her that yesterday on the RL and M.
I did see that, but you know what? She's just Chloe today. I also see Dakota is in the house, as well as that deep dork Vinny, which I'm still wondering, is he bragging or what?
Hey, Vincent, you old whore.
I'm here, as well as Frumpy, and, I am kind of... I'm still in my jams, too, so there you go.
Hey, boy, is she, too. Let me tell you, I got and for just $19.99, I'll send you a copy of the Skype link.
I also see IB Don C here, and I think he's leaving the IB Don C work in here just because to remind the rest of us that nanny boo boo, he no longer has to. I also see Java Doctor and Java Doctor too. We got a double dose of Java Doctor going in the house. And looky there, JJ's is in the house as well as, yeah. And sorry, JJ's, that didn't work last night, but obviously you can tell it's working today. So, hey, maybe next time we can, huh?
But on the bright side, he busted his cherry right there live.
Yeah, there you go.
At your Rocket Chair Show program.
Yeah, well, he's been on the rocket chair once before, but yeah, this time was really
Not
a
like
febuttal.
that,
Well, that's true.
That was exceptionally well done. Wow. you two are a comic genius. I'm telling you.
Live radio, gotta love it.
I haven't laughed so hard since
the last time you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also see P. Bunyan is in the house. Hey there, P. Bunyan. We got some really fun names in here. Let's see, where else? Rob Works is here. Hey, Rob, did you do the bubbler earlier and I just missed it?
I don't know. Bubbles. I can tell you from experience.
Oh, Sock says you're in fight training. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, you keep training.
Yeah.
Trust number 1 is in the house. Hey, Trust number 1. And also Windows 10. I think I know who that is.
That's me, Miss Mary.
That's what I thought.
I'm in disguise on the RLM trying to get a job working for the NSA as a secret spy to catch all the radicals of the world and stop them from being free thinkers.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we can't have that.
Well, we got 2 of them so far, but there's still like 38 to go.
Oh, okay. Have fun, Moosey. She's got to go to Zach's girlfriend's soccer game. Have fun. Don't get hit in the head with a soccer ball. I've seen that happen. Looks like it hurts.
Zach's, yeah, but see, Zach's got a girl to show off for.
That's
kind of cool.
Well, actually, it's his girlfriend's soccer game, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be watching her shake her little parts. I get it.
Oh, hey. I also see BTC Bob is in the house, as well as Colfax 101. And looky there, we got a Dimma.
Dimma!
Yeah. That's right before Flash Droid. Flash Droid, I always wondered, is that like an asteroid?
Well, you know what? I had so much trouble getting on that freaking site and registering a fucking name. I just left it up to Cirque to spell it how she wanted to.
Ah. Well, that works.
That's what she came up with.
Well, it works.
And as she's got 51% of Flashco now. As the controlling member of my corporation, I had to go along with her. It's either that or sleep with the cat outside somewhere. And I like it indoors, so we give her way. Yeah, let her type. It's fun.
There you go.
And it's even more fun to have her say it in English, Danglish.
In Danglish, yeah.
Cracks me up, man.
I know, she's so funny. Okay, I see free Dirk Nerdy. Is that you, free and slave, free Dirk Nerdy? I love that.
Oh, that's great.
I also see Jay Dredd. Hey there, Hansel. How you doing?
Oh, my old butt buddy.
And looky there, Jehovah One is in the house. Hey there, old Kaboom. You're making it just a wee bit windy out here. You can turn it down a notch. I also see Juana Taco is in the house, as well as Kozu. Oh, Grim says you're an asteroid.
I just wish I could just knock this fucking planet out and please everybody all at one time.
Oh, hey, there you go. Well, and how would we know if it was just instantaneous?
If I was an asteroid, that's what I'd do. I'd hit like Chicago.
Oh,
or
Chicago.
Maybe.
Well, you're hitting in the asshole of the U.S. anyway, or one of them. In any case, I also see Mental Pancakes is here. Hey, Cakes, how you doing?
Flash Nasty. I've been upgraded again.
You're a Flash Nasty.
I even came in disguised as Windows 10, and they still improved on that.
I know. I love that Flash Nasty.
The RLM, where things just get better every day. Every day.
It does. I also see North Force is in here, and apparently North Force is sucking really bad because the wind is out of the south. So quit sucking so hard, North Force. Ooh, I know.
You said that, not me.
Yeah, I did. Phantom Link 29 is here. Hey, Phantom, how you doing, sweetheart? As well as Pon Sauce. The lovely Rain has joined us. Hey, Rain, how you doing, sweetheart? And Sock Puppet, who is Flash Nasty's trainer for chat fights. Wow. Yep. I get to watch a chat fight. How fun is that? So is there going to be any cybernetic hair pulling and scratching and shit?
I doubt it. That'd be kind of stupid. But see, this brilliant idea is the spawn of the house Nazi of the RLNM.
Oh.
Sit down and let me tell you all about it.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
Oh, I thought you were done.
No.
We got more people listening.
We got one more. We got Villy _ and we got a newbie. We got Beer 30 showed up. Sweet.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Beer 30, Bill E, under the same. Oh, wow.
I know.
I stand impressed.
It is Beer 30. Sweet.
Right.
Okay, you know what?
He's got to have a hobby. No, what?
We're 24 minutes in, and I just finally finished.
Yeah, but I was trying to break my personal best on interrupting you through hellos.
Ah. Well,
I don't keep count. I just do it until there's a wet spot somewhere close to me.
Ah.
Well, usually from knocking something over, but that's another story. I can wipe it up off the table and squeeze it back into the glass.
Oh, hey. Dude.
It's a sin to waste alcohol, don't you know?
Oh, well, yeah.
Temperatures, man.
That's a party foul, from what I understand.
So anyway, what happened is during the last we were speaking, we do our pre-show where me and you chit-chat about, what we talk about.
Yeah.
And through that came up your, I don't know, the way you saw the weekend chat.
Uh-huh.
And then you see what Sock did. Well, that's pretty much defines the weekend chat. It's been a lot of pontificating, bantering. I know, you don't know, my side, your side, lefty, righty, oh, communist, oh, statist, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, what happened was, the guy that I don't like to talk to, well, he said, I start fights with everybody. Okay, well, I'm in the chat room talking to Sock, and I said, wow, how do I start a fight with? I got to start a fight with you because we fight. And it turns out I'm not very good at it.
Oh, man.
Sock Puppet is online for free, going to teach me how to start an argument online and chatter back and forth and make the other guy look weak and stupid.
Wow.
I don't do that, so I don't know who I'm arguing with, but even a broke clock is right twice a day.
That's right. And that is so awesome of Sock to be, training you, because I'm sure he's got a very strict regime going on too, don't you know?
You don't mean there's rules to be played by, do you? Because I'm not one of those there fellas that plays by the stated rules. Oh, no, I will say, sir, I will play by your rules, but I never do. I always end up, that's where I'm a liar. I lie through it.
I think that the only rule is there are no rules.
You've been talking to my wife again? She just said that to me just before the show.
Oh, really?
It's a conspiracy, man.
Wow, that's just like totally cool and gnarly and all that fun shit.
Word for fucking word. Well, she was playing WoW with her nephew for a bit, but we were sitting there, and that's exactly what she said about rules. Because I'm trying to impose my rules, and nobody will follow them. I'm a sad little dork.
Booyah! You know what? I just got me a duck over in the corner pocket. In 9.737 seconds, I'll have you know. Usually it's like thousands of seconds when I get one because nobody else is in there doing anything. And
right. Well, you do realize I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it half the
Oh,
fun.
okay. All right. Continue. This is interesting. I like to learn.
Well,
Things I
Sock
do
was
not
going to eat that ducky, but that's too bad. I befriended it.
Oh no, the animal lover versus the hunter. Film at 11.
PETA, people eating tasty animals. Wow, I'm going to have some people. I'm going to get hate chats now for that.
Why? It's
I don't
true.
know. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, PETA is not exactly, as a organization, it's not exactly the most animal-friendly organization in the world. Just putting that out there. But
Wow. Anything with an organization attached to it usually hurts.
usually.
So I would avoid all of them at all costs. Yep.
I do too, and then that's why my house is so disorganized. It's actually not disorganized. It's an organized clutter.
Because
Organized chaos.
When you go to the forest, the government-run forest, and you read the sign and it says, "Please do not feed the bears."
Uh-huh.
Does anybody realize bears can't read?
I don't think so. And, from some of the stuff that I see in the news, obviously bears think that campers rolled up in sleeping bags are people tacos.
That's probably exaggerated as fuck, but they're scavengers and they're clever.
Yes.
They have a good way of getting into things, but like cats and dogs, they have a hard time backing out of them.
Ah.
That part of their brain doesn't quite work as good as ours does, and they can get into shit, but that's it. Then they start tearing their upholstery up. They get into a car, get locked in it, and then start destroying it from the inside to get out of it again, because they don't realize the door handles open the door. See, they're fucking animals.
Ah.
So, if you put a sign up that says, "Please do not feed the bears," and you don't feed the bears, what if the bear comes hunting for your food? Well, then what do? Show him the sign?
Yeah. Yeah. And tell it, can't you read?
Well, right. But, I mean, the whole mentality, I've heard people argue, well, they get dependent. Well, how did the fucking thing get to 900 pounds in the first place? Were you there feeding it? I doubt that. So when you go into their lands and start building houses and shit and wonder why they're going through your trash cans, that's why.
Yep. Oh.
And you know what state had that problem, Miss Mary? New Jersey.
Jersey?
Yeah. Oh, they got some nice. Well, when I was there in the late 70s and 80s, it was a pretty state. Gardens. It's called the Garden State. Very green and a lot of undeveloped lands and so on. In fact, there was a town there. I'm going to make you laugh. You know how to say bueno in Espanol, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, there was a city in New Jersey named Bueno, and even the Mexicans pronounced it Buno.
Alrighty.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I know.
Okay.
Boring
Well,
enough.
you know what I know?
I warned you. I know what? What's going on?
A friend of mine over on Fakey Book, bless his heart, he's still sharing, and so that's awesome because he's got terminal brain cancer, and he just posted last night that his vision is starting to go. So I'm enjoying his posts while he's still able to post. And he just shared this. How can a man who can hit a deer at 250 yards keep missing the toilet?
Oh wow! Jeez. You know, my mother had an answer for that.
What's that?
Well, we had a lot of male cousins that would come over and not recognize the house rules for our mom.
Uh-huh.
So my mom put a sign over the toilet that read, "Stand closer, it's shorter than you think."
Uh-huh.
And as time went on, they started to read it.
Ah.
Here you go. My gender is a messy, fucking sloppy gender. I'm telling you. I know.
I tell you what, the female of the species isn't exactly the most hygienic either, because this is coming from someone that has been to my share of bathrooms at bars, and yeah.
Yo, baby.
You know,
Not the old bar bathroom.
yeah, you go in there on a night when they've got a band playing or something and people are pissing in the sink, squatting over the floor drain. And it's like, no, I think I'll hold it, thank you.
Folks.
I'll just go out in the parking lot and sit on a bumper, okay?
Yeah, see, in the men's room, you can't say hold it. It doesn't translate the same way.
No. Yeah.
No, somebody said that to me in a men's room. I don't know if I'd listen. I would have to look around and see if I had woken up in Boston or something. Oh, Hans, how you doing? Oh.
Ah, what's that? Okay, I'm reading the chat, and there's.
We see Lefty, Chloe, Lefty.
I see
Yeah,
Chloe's
I was
back.
Well, as I was so happy to be informed on the RLNM that I am of the communist persuasion, I felt so freed by knowing this that I thought I'd start doing it for other people too. And Chloe is a lefty. I said, Chloe is a lefty. And she liked it. So there you go.
Ah.
See how mean I am to people. Huh?
Yes, I do. And you know, if you actually read some of the definitions that we're supposed to believe on some of these isms that are out there, communism really isn't that bad if you read it if you actually read what it's supposed to stand for. But there's always that supposed to. You know,
exactly.
Because yeah, it's like yeah, sock. I can do the hover thing. I'm a country girl, don't you know? I can, and I tell you what, that is one thing that women can do that men, or I don't think men can do. I've always been told men cannot do this, but you know, if you're out there, and well, like out here in the country, a lot of times people go country cruising. Of course, it's been a while since I've done that, but you know, when you go country cruising and you go, man, I gotta go, so they pull off to the side of the road and you just pop out and drop your drawers and do your thing. But if you see headlights coming, you can shut that off, bap, without another drop.
Wow.
And I've been told that men can't do that without hurting themselves.
Wow. Wow.
You needed that mental image, didn't you, Flash?
No comment. No. I never give a woman advice on what to do about menstrual cramps, so I don't think that I'm going to take any advice from a woman on how to stop your parts from spraying. I don't know. I'm sure there's an answer to that dilemma. I don't want to pursue it. Hey, let's give that to the first volunteer on the RLM chats. Never mind. Wow. Oh, here we go. Now we go. All
okay,
into
the chat has
redneck.
finally caught up with some of the comments that we've been in. Yeah.
That's truly disturbing. Wow. And I think Hannibal's a love story, and I think that's truly disturbing. Wow. I think I've been scarred for Miss Mary. I don't think I'll ever be the same after this.
I'm sorry. Not.
Yeah. Well, we used to give a fuck, and now we don't.
No.
We're
And you know,
all
I
done.
can't charge for fucks because then they throw you in jail for that shit.
Wow.
Well, you said give a fuck. If you don't give it away anymore, then either you're hoarding it all or you're charging for it. And you don't want to say you're
Wait.
charging for it because then they put your ass in jail.
Yeah, but a couple of weeks ago, you didn't agree with me that billionaires are a ridiculous concept that is stupid.
Oh, no, I
You
think...
they earn it and deserve it, and I think they're a bunch of lying thieves that fuck everybody else.
See, and I don't think I can't do the lump sum stereotype thing on that. Because I know some people that have lots and lots of money, and the way they got there is because not only did they have an awesome idea that
Yes.
other people got behind, but those other people that got behind, they also shared with them as well, and it worked its way down however you wish to put that, so that not only were they the ones that benefited, but everybody around them benefited as well. Yes, they happened to have more than everyone else because they were the ones that had the idea. They were the ones that started it. So I do know some people that, they're not wealthy people because they stood on other people's backs. I know you find that amusing, but
I do, yeah. Because the crumbs off the fucking big table to me is not wealth. What we're ever going to see, or what we have access to, is the farthest thing from fucking wealth there is.
Well, and see, I disagree, because to me, my
Of course
definition.
you do. That's why you're here.
I know. My definition of wealth is if you have enough to do whatever you wish to do, or most definitely need to do, if you have things in your life that money cannot replace, then you are a wealthy individual. Money doesn't figure into it for me.
That's not how society works.
Yeah,
little
well,
missy.
society's fucked.
Wake up and smell the caffeine. Something be wrong.
I have almost drank all my caffeine.
But see, I agree with your premise. I mean, in theory, and of course, by the way I live my life. But
Yeah.
to recognize what we have down here on the bottom of the pile, and call it anything it's not even a fraction of wealth. It's crumbs off the table, because it's not real. There is no fucking money. We're just agreeing to do this shit according to these rules that are even worse.
Well, and it's like I was telling you about that video that I'd watched earlier today, of an Aboriginal gentleman who was saying that in their language they had no words for please or thank you, because prior to money, you didn't have to ask for things. You didn't have to thank someone for doing something that was just the way things were done. It was a foreign concept to them. To them it was like, okay, I have this, I'm going to share. That's just the way their life works. That way the whole group gets to, either the whole group survives or none of them survive. It's one of those kind of mentalities. If somebody had something, everybody got to partake in it.
Yeah,
so,
like family.
Yeah.
Same
And it wasn't until the concept of money stepped in that you had to start saying thank you when someone would do something for you, because they no longer just did it because that's just the way you do. It was, I'm going to gift you with this, or I'm going to, and this is mine, and I will share it with you only if you appreciate the sharing. And it's like, wow. And it
is
the
strings of life.
Yeah. So
speaking of strings of life, what did you think that little link I put up by that little 10-year-old kid?
Oh wow, I liked that.
About anarchy.
And I still think
it wasn't about anarchy though. That was a stolen title.
Yeah.
To explain it, but no, that was just from 1957.
Yeah, I like that, and I shared it as well. I shared it around a little bit, but I think that was Charlie Chaplin that was the older gentleman in there.
I don't know. I'm so bad at those actor people, it's horrible. But for just $19.99, I'll get you a copy of that link, and you can judge it for yourself and get back to Mary.
There you go. Oh, see how you are. And see, Sock says it's never the money, it's what the money gets. It's all derived from the individual, which, well,
matter of interpretation. Just like I always say.
That is true, though. It's not necessarily, because money's just a tool.
That's not true to certain people.
Yeah.
Here. I have been argued by the best about money not being a tool, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it all over the years. And I've
yet
come up with my idea.
Some people use money as a tool like a crowbar. And then some people use money as a tool like a fucking sledgehammer. And
to you, that's right. That's the way you see it. But the way that other people see it is not like that. Like my dislike for the POTUS is because of his financial practices. He's a lying fucking taking advantage of the next guy piece of shit.
Yes,
And
and
they
yeah,
made
I'll
him the
agree with you on
POTUS.
that. Yeah, well, yeah,
There's nothing about that guy to admire.
no,
And his money cannot buy him what I was freely given. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah.
I
Well,
will drink
and
my-
that's something that I learned a long time ago that, and my mother actually told me, and then she actually said that she voted for Trump, and it's like, oh, Mom, and you told me you despise him and you distrust him and you voted for him? What the hell? But in any case, she had told me years ago, and then I actually saw an interview with Trumples and this was 5-6
Yeah.
years ago at least,
Yeah.
where he said he never went into a restaurant with money.
No,
Because
yeah,
when
what for?
he dined out, they were just expected to comp that to him,
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
he
for
could
the
do
advertisement.
word of mouth. So he never took money with him, and it's like, wow, what a douche, what a total douche.
Or
But-
does that just not prove to you? It proves this to me. It's all a fucking shared illusion.
Well, yeah, it is a shared illusion, but sometimes that illusion is a fucking nightmare.
I wouldn't want to sit down with Donald Trump and have a beer and talk about anything.
Oh, I
Nothing.
wouldn't either.
Nothing in the world strikes me. No, pass. Let Hans do that. So what's the big appeal? He's not my president. I don't live in America anymore. But that doesn't mean he's not the president, whatever that is. And even though I don't subscribe to, bowing and fucking, oh, these people are so great because other people voted for them. I don't give a shit what other people fucking do. That's what makes me what I am. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I only care what I do and what the people I associate with do. That's what matters to me. And there's ways to live at least make an attempt at living a healthy life, or at living a healthy life at this point in my time, as possible. I got as good a chance as anybody else anywhere.
Ah.
It's just a matter of how much of the information am I willing to look at, open-minded, and take in and try to apply to my day. Like the turmeric.
Uh-huh.
The knowledge I have about the wavelengths and the Wi-Fi and the source of energy. And I don't know. I've been talking to my brother, and he's interested in doing some changes, and there you go.
Yeah.
So, you help other people, and they help you out back. That's the way my life has always been.
And that's
And
cool.
you never know what you're going to tell somebody else that's going to spark a light bulb in their head and make them all crazy about the idea just as much as you are.
Yeah.
So I tell people that I know about things I believe I've learned that are physically provable, not theories and, oh, this is so big, I can't prove it one way or the other, I'll go with the flow.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen those videos that are the social experiment of going with the flow? They have,
No.
one of them is a room full of people, like in a waiting room kind of situation. And there's a little bell thingy that goes off. And every time that bell thingy goes off, everybody stands up for like 3 seconds and then they sit back down. Now, this is all pre-planned. Then someone that doesn't know what's going on comes into the waiting
Yeah.
room. They sit down there, check in at the doctor's, the reception desk and everything. Then they go sit down and the bell goes off. Everybody but them stands up for 3 seconds
Okay.
and then they sit back down again. Well, the next time the bell goes off, everybody stands up, and that one new person is looking around and getting a little fidgety, and just to the point where everybody's getting ready to sit back down, that person kind of raises himself a little bit. Then the next time when the bell goes off again, everybody stands up, and that person stands up too. No conversation going on at all. Nobody expresses why this is going on, but after the third time, that new person stands up. Well, they
Yeah.
have a camera going in this waiting room for I have no idea how long a time frame that they do this, but eventually all of the original people get filtered out except for that one new one that started going along after the third bell ring. And as each new person came into the room and that whole thing started going on,
Yeah.
it pretty much repeated the process until it got to the point where none of the original people were in that room. And yet every time that bell went off,
Yep.
every person in there stood up. And it was like,
Herd.
holy crap. Well, yeah, and it's the
Herd mentality.
yeah.
That we've all been, we've had that taught to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's people like you and Grim and Moose Girl. And, you know, there's part of us, we do it different, but we don't do that. And even if we did, I'd walk out of that. There would be no reason for me to be there. I don't think I'd last. I think I'd just get up and go. Not going to do this. See ya.
See, and I have seen that so many times, and then, what was it, a week or maybe a week and a half ago, whatever, when I went to Marty's funeral, my time is just, it was a Catholic funeral. And, you know, Catholic funerals are stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down, kneel, which it really was that priest. He was from like Pakistan or India or somewhere like that. So rather difficult to, and, you know, he was talking about hori, you know, and the blue and the brood instead of blood. And, you know, some of the words, it was like, what's he saying? But, you know, through that whole ceremony, I made a very conscious effort to not do the stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down, kneel. And whenever songs were going, even if I knew the songs, I did not sing along. To me, it was a very conscious effort just to see if I could make it all the way through that service and not do the whole herd thing.
Oh, yeah.
And,
see, because I'm reading the chat. And yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I actually made it all the way through the service without doing the whole herd thing, you know, and it was, and I noticed, because I was looking around and I noticed some of those people that, especially the song leader, wow, by the time it got to the end of the service, it felt like all I had to do was just raise my eyes and I could see her looking in my direction. And it's like, yeah, she's giving me the "you're a naughty person" look in the church. And it's like, I don't care. I enjoyed the sermons that the priest gave, even though I had a hard time understanding him. But he talked about frequencies. He talked about your aura. And you know, stuff that I was like, wow, this is a Catholic priest saying this stuff. Wow, this is cool. And on the drive back to town, the other guys in the vehicle were all going, wow, that sermon that wasn't something we expected out of a Catholic priest. But I think he came to Catholicism from whatever Hindu or something like that, so he had a completely different outlook on it anyway. And it was I was amazed at it was like two different cultures coming together in this one sermon that I was really quite mesmerized by his sermon. I really was. It's like, wow, this guy's good.
Yeah, well, I've been getting all kinds of crap going on the chat while you were pontificating about your church experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know. See, I don't believe any of that hocus pocus mystery crap at all. Not really. None of it. But the God concept behind it all. I'm still undecided. But I get bored real fast and started reading the text, and I inspired a disagreement on the RL&M.
See how you are.
Well, I don't live in the world that if it's printed on a piece of paper a bunch of fucking suits agree on, it's true. That's your world, not my world. I do not attract it to me. That world looks at me and walks the other way because there is no profit to make off me by my appearance.
See, and I think it's almost you don't put off the vibe that it recognizes, therefore it just bypasses you.
I'm as uncomfortable in a bank as they are to have me inside a bank. And it's not because anybody's afraid I'm going to steal anything.
No, you're
They
just a
just,
disturbance in the force.
yeah, I'm that freaking round thing out of all the squares in the room. There's this big round thing that's just, hey, that doesn't belong here. And I think it's all a matter of how I interpret what I see.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me any more than I can tell you how to interpret something. But just because another man wants to believe that if I came to his house with a Bill of Rights with Bill of Rights written all over it and signed by a bunch of dead guys, that he was obligated to do what it said because I showed it to him.
Uh-huh.
Wow, what a scam. So how is the government thing any different?
It's just a collectivism thing. It's a mass hypnotic suggestion. It's
Well,
the best
like
way
that
I
vid-
can see it.
Yeah, and like the video, if you try to cross a border through a border check without a passport, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, where's your fucking freedom
To
at
move
that
about.
point? See, you don't have any. Nobody has any. If you go through the proper channels, there you go. The only people that have freedom are the ones that don't play by the fucking rules. They're free. The rest of us that play by rules are victims of the fucking rules we play by.
And see, people don't realize that
An opinion.
exercising that kind of freedom does cost you things, because there are certain things that you are no longer recognized to be able to do, but that's a choice that was made. So you don't have a social security number, or you don't have a passport, or you don't have this, or you don't have that. In the current society, that limits some of the things, but by saying, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with this crap. I'm
What
not gonna
about
do this.
Bitcoin? Hey, I've been curious about if there's any of the guys on listening right now that do the Bitcoin chat. Do you need ID to use your Bitcoin, or can you use that anonymously? Because I'm curious. I don't know. Not that I want to buy any freak Bitcoins or nothing. Just curious. Do you know Miss Mary? You're a smart lady. You know all kinds of shit.
I just know that I see this Bitcoin thing and I think, oh, that's fun. That's cute. When it first started,
Right.
and like Rome's was mining and someone else was mining in the chat, and they just talked about it constantly, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm bored with this,
Yeah.
and I just
New
moved
video
along.
game.
And I understand that it's an alternate form of currency and all that other fun stuff, but its value is still based or measured by the dollar, and so I just.
Right.
Although it's more,
I don't
to
get
me,
that.
it's more straightforward and honest, because it's like, okay, this is just cybernetic shit that we're making up. We're just magically creating cybernetically, as opposed to the dollar bill, which is, hey, we printed these, but they're on special paper and we used special ink, so therefore they're special pieces of colored paper, and you must believe that they have value.
And you know what else? But you know what else that dictates the right for the enforcement to get physical with people and force them to do their bidding? And it's all, see, there's the guy that's greedy is always going to argue it because he wants, I want this and I want that. Okay, whatever. But it's all based on greed. And there's plenty to fucking go around. We just live in a society that dictates the exact opposite of what's real. And they're creative. They make this happen with our help as a collective, I think.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson went on the Tonight Show back in 1973, and in his monologue made a joke about a toilet paper shortage. And the very next day, people were out in the grocery stores buying up all the toilet paper because they heard a rumor about there was a shortage.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I think that is due to thousands of years of conditioning.
Well, there you go. they hit our greed bone in such devious fucking ways. You know, they get you through your ties with a family, your responsibility to this, and I owe that. No, fuck all that. How do you claim to be free if every fucking time you turn around, you got to answer to somebody? That
See,
is not freedom.
I don't know that they're hitting our greed bone. I think they are definitely twinging the scarcity nerve. You know?
Same
Oh my
thing.
God,
Okay,
there's a scarcity. Oh my God,
yeah.
I better go get some. You know?
Yeah.
So this
And
whole
I've got a few
concept of
bucks.
scarcity is what?
Yeah. You can make a scarcity if you're clever enough. You can create
Yeah.
one.
Okay,
Look
Grimmy.
at the job. Look at the job they're doing with gas right now. That where it's got to be weighing on people's nerves that don't make enough money to survive comfortable.
and
And there's a lot of.
and there is no shortage. There isn't.
Oh no, there's a glut. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. But still, see, that's the manufacturing of the fucking press and the government that I'm so against.
Yeah.
That
It's
these
the
other
storyline.
people, they support it through voting and agreeing, and I love it. And wow, I think it's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel way more free here in this communist, whatever the fuck, socialist society than I did in all the free ones I was in before.
Yeah, in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Grimmy just put
And-
in here that a large part of the ransomware attacks yesterday was to further demonize Bitcoin users, which I don't care if you want to use Bitcoin. You know, I think the more barter systems there are out there, the more you get, the faster the whole barter system is going to collapse. And it's going to get to the point where you don't need to. There is no fucking scarcity. We produce enough food on this planet to feed everybody. How many times over? You know, this whole scarcity bullshit is just that. Bullshit.
Yeah.
And what do you need? What do you really need? You need food, you need water, you need shelter. Those three things, period. Everything else is bonus round. So,
okay, but look at how easy it is to distract us from our backyard and make us look at a TV set to see what's going on in a place we'll never see physically.
yeah. It is easy. That's why it's called programming. They really knew what they were doing.
Wow. It's really, well, has it worn, I don't know. It's worn old over here. I mean, any of the people that I've spoken to on this side of the world, well, all that war and shit's really a big waste of fucking time to them. I'm repeating what I have taken from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it. If nobody's for it, why is it happening? Somebody's got to be for it to happen, because people are doing it. But who the hell stands up and says, I want war?
Oh, good Lord. Have you looked at Congress?
No, I haven't. How? And why? I don't live in America no more. I
Yeah.
look at those.
But
those
you know,
relics are fucking ridiculous.
any conglomeration of people that are supposed to be representing the people, you know, any group like that says that they are supposed to make the massive decisions is because, you know, they're out there going, well, you know, we're losing control, or this is happening, or that is happening, and in order for us to keep our job security going on, we need to manufacture something, and we need to convince the people it's for their own good, even if they have to bleed and lose appendages and die. We still have to convince them. What can we use? Oh yeah, my dirt's better than your dirt. My dirt's better than yours. Yeah.
Okay, I got it on the first point. No, but yeah, what's wrong with people? What is wrong with just being as good as the next guy? Why do you got to be better than him? And I see that in people here, too, because I'm a bad dresser. I don't like to get dressed in good clothes to walk to a grocery store to pick up some food to eat. I won't be comfortable in my old sloppy sneakers and my comfortable Levi's and my hoodie, hat, thing, coat and such.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta answer Sock here because he's
Sock!
saying that you say these things and yet you live in what? I live in a house that I pay rent on, with which utilities which I pay for, what conveniences I have my utilities, and I have another place in town. Yes, that I got in the divorce. The ex got the other properties in the divorce. I made sure that before the divorce, I had paid everything off 7 years ahead of time because of my working and his working.
You're
So,
explaining yourself on the radio. Huh?
yes, I am explaining myself on the radio because I got asked a direct question, and so I'm going to answer it. Just because I go along and do what society expects does not mean I have to agree with it.
No, it means you want to stay out of jail.
Yeah, I want to stay out of jail. I want to keep a roof over my head. I want to keep food in my house. I want to keep my animals taken care of. So therefore, I go to a job that I happen to enjoy, where I get to see people. I get to talk with people all the time, so it's a wonderful job. And it keeps a roof over my head, and it keeps my critters fed. And it keeps me fed.
Yeah, but still, the other side of it is to live as an outlaw lives, and it's when you do those things, you can't be responsible to be on the radio every week and have a wife and a dog and a cat to take care of. Those aren't things free people do.
Yeah.
Free people don't give two flying fucks about nobody's cat, dog, or house, or property, or nothing. They just go through life and do what they want to do.
Uh-huh.
That's why they're free. That's why society does not like them.
Yeah.
They don't have a home. They don't recognize boundaries.
Well, unfortunately, society seems to think that you have to have all kind of, and I bought into that. I really did. And right now I am culling the herd in my house. I'm getting rid of things because I don't need all this shit.
Stuff. Yeah.
Because
you accumulate. Yeah. That's the way of the world, little lady.
And actually, Sock, my house in town, the people that are renting it, when they come over and they do work for me or when they do stuff on the house, I take it off the rent. And there's quite a few times they don't have to pay me any rent because they do stuff to the house. And
Sock's just playing.
I know he's just playing, and I'm just explaining.
Why?
Because I feel like it.
Welcome to the Sock and Mary Show with your guest host.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I
know what he's doing. I know exactly what he's doing.
But these arguments to me are just so old, boring, and old. Like me, I'm old and boring.
Yeah, Grimmy, I'll walk the earth and seek the Tao. I do that when I walk behind my mower.
Yeah, but she found the Tao, and like everything else, found out it wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
That's right.
That was a little insider trading joke, folks. Anyway, what do you want to argue about now, Miss Mary? You're arguing with everybody but me. I feel left out.
Oh, that's okay.
I want to argue with you too.
I see someone telling me to prove my point, and there's a little mental, there's a little mental number one salute going on.
Cannot prove your point to somebody else because it's your point.
That's right.
Well, no, their whole fucking purpose in life is to argue with your point.
I know.
There you go. Fuck. Do that. Come on, not on the Dork Table.
No,
Let's do
I'm
that
not
on
gonna.
the chat.
I'm not gonna.
You just did. And then you told me I just did. Wow.
No.
Hey, you know what? What though?
I don't, yes, I kind of sort of explain some things, but I do not have to actually step out and do just to prove to someone else. I prove to myself.
Oh, I don't care one way or the other what you prove to yourself. That's the point I was trying to make.
I know.
It's your point. Yeah. And to me, it's the same thing. What do you give a shit about if my point is made or my point is not made? You've got your own mind to make up.
Yeah.
Fuck. Geez, not everybody is going to agree with you.
Oh, I
That's just
know.
life. There you go. So what? But where do we draw the line on taking it all personal like it fucking matters? Because I'm telling you, I got a good life. Therefore, I don't care what the rules are. And luckily for me, there aren't any. So fuck them. They made it easy. It was like a tailor-made society for me. Mind your own fucking business and take care of your own problems. Works good. I like it.
Yeah. My
And
brother
when the
just
neighbor
tried to
needs,
call.
oh, and when the neighbor needs a hand, you either offer to help them or you don't. You know, there's no wishy-washy about it. Yeah, I'm going to help you. No, I'm not going to help you. One or the other. And then if you choose not to, when you need something, they're going to remember you.
Uh-huh.
That's what do you need to speak the fucking language for then, or a bunch of rules for? That we already understand each other, and we don't even know each other. But everybody in this neighborhood gets along just fine. I haven't seen any violence. The worst thing I've seen is trash. People that might throw trash on the ground.
Yeah. See, and that's one of the things that when I go walking around out here, I usually take a little grocery sack with me, and I
Yeah,
pick
I
up
know.
trash.
But see, I don't. But I recognize that that's the worst thing here is somebody might throw a cigarette or a candy wrapper on the ground on occasion.
Occasionally when the neighbors across the road, their younger kids have a party, I have beer bottles in my yard.
Oh yeah, we got wind. Yeah, we got wind here. It's not as bad as Orkney, but it gets pretty windy, and this shit blows around. Loose stuff flies wherever it'll stop. But that's crime here in Freddytown to me. Somebody decided to be a slob.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years, nothing. Haven't seen or heard of anything going on. Well, I heard about a murder, but it was an in-house family murder thing. And they were foreigners too, like me. Not from where I'm from, but not from here. And what the system did was dealt with its problem within the confines of the problem. You know, they didn't drag it into the city and search everybody for weapons and lock down the town. No, they dealt with the house that the murder happened at and the people associated to it, not everybody. See how we got fucking duped by that 9/11 shit to not have any fucking freedom? Well, if you got nothing to hide, well, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have anything to hide. I just don't want your hands on my nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the whole fucking problem. I'm homophobic, and I don't want your gay fucking looking hands rubbing my nuts looking for a gun.
Oh, there you go.
But it's that simple. But society has turned it into, well, if you don't have anything to hide, comply. And I don't like to comply just because they're accusing me of something. That sets me off right from the start. What'd you see me do? Nothing. What do you want? Go away. Then it's on.
Yeah.
Let's see some ID. I don't have any ID. What? And, well, it's been a lot of years since, but the days of freedom, oh, I miss them so much. You know, whenever I get homesick, I go on the RLM and read some of the chitter chatter. And 5 minutes into that shit, I don't ever want to see the home I'm from again. You see what they did to California?
Yeah. Well, yeah, what I see but do I really know that happened? No.
Okay, well, I would agree with it just by the way the relatives that I have that still live there behave.
Yeah.
I mean, diehard. I have an aunt that's so pro-Clinton, won't speak to my mom anymore because of it. Went, wow. And these women are in their 70s acting like 12-year-olds over a president. And it's not both of them. It's just the one. But, can't make somebody talk to you if they don't want to.
No, you can't. No.
But what's that? I mean, wow. I could give two shits who the queen or president or whatever of Denmark is. Means absolutely nothing to me. But you guys got Trump, and he is so funny. I mean, have you ever watched him talk?
Yes, I have, and it's scary. I try not to. You know, I
Yeah.
I reached the point of not wanting to watch him talk faster
Uh-huh.
than I did
Oh.
with not wanting to watch Dangleberry talk.
Oh. Oh.
And I think probably Dangleberry built me up to that point because I got tired of watching him talk before he even got to be POTUS. And then, yeah, Trump I didn't want to watch talk even before he became POTUS. It's like, ugh. I don't
Well,
want to watch
he's-
any of them talk.
But he's so funny. Oh wow. Okay. I'll just watch my Trump links alone in the privacy of my boudoir, because my wife doesn't like him either. Wow, I'm so lonely. Just me and orange hair. You know, giving me all the do's and don'ts about how to treat women. You know, and that grab them by the pussy thing, that was a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it was.
I'll bet if I tried it, somebody would be really mad at me for doing it, and I'm not talking about my wife.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't her, then maybe. I don't know. Paul Bunyan's got pretty words to say to me on the screen. Oh,
Yeah.
I disagree with. So you're an idiot. Wow. You know what? That's my point. It is all a matter of interpretation, and just because you think you see it, and that's the only way, does not make you any more right than me. I just know what's right for me, not you. That's why I don't live in America no more. Because the stranglehold was, wow. I thought it was an imagination thing when I was there. And once I was away from there and took a look, I went, holy fuck, don't go back. And now, I'm not back.
There you go.
You don't look so happy. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm reading the chat while I'm listening to you, and I really am listening to you, but I'm
Yeah.
catching up on the chat as well, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, hide my weed. Why should a grown man have to hide his weed? And from who? And what are you doing that is so fucking bad that it's carrying a hide attached to it? You know, hide. Oh, man. No, that's no way to live.
No.
But if that's the way you want to live, good luck. I can see your happiness from here. But you know who my favorite one is?
Who's
of
that?
All the RLMers of the RLM, Hansel.
I know he's your pet, or your pet project, or something.
No, he's just the opposite of what I agree with. So, opposition.
Well, and opposition is always, if nothing
Yeah.
else, opposition helps you hone your skills.
Yeah, you learn the lesson of letting go.
Yeah.
That's the lesson for me, is to let go of all that shit. And judging Nazis you don't know off of words on an internet screen is the problem. That is not how you solve a problem. That is the cause of a problem. And he's done that. He did that to me. I brought a guy back to the house for a smoke and a cup of coffee.
Uh-huh.
And turns out he's a Nazi and all kind. He had a flashy freaking history. It's on the internet and all this, that, and the other.
Uh-huh.
And we got along just fine. But even Hansel, from that little bit of information, well, he's just a wannabe. The real Nazis would do this and that and the other thing. How do you come to that conclusion off of words off a screen?
By your own perspective.
Therefore, you agree with whatever you think is true is true.
Yeah.
There you go. Simple as that. Disagreeing with you or me doesn't change any of that. It's still whatever it is. You
Yeah.
just look at it one way, I look at it another.
Yeah. That's because I have my perspective and you have yours. Wow, isn't that cool? We each have our own perspective. Sweet.
I don't know. I'm going to try to figure out a way to tax your perspective.
Well, you just go right ahead and do it, Mr. Jewy man.
That's what us Jews do. We don't make things, so we just make you give us money for not making things.
Because we came up with this really cool scheme of saying we know how to make rules to where you have to pay us to abide by these rules that we just made up.
Where does the love of authority, where is that rooted at? Man, what a joke.
I'm thinking it's rooted somewhere really close to the asshole.
No,
I really do.
I don't know. Ouch. That brings up some topics I don't want to get into on the Dork Table. Wow. Ain't you a funny little critter? I swear. Want to go noodling out in the back 40, Miss Mary?
It's something in the water. That's
There
what
ain't
it
no
is.
water out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't really a noodle. Anyway.
No. Oh, wow. Ugh.
I don't know. The conversation between us and the RLM chat today, I'm a sad little dork.
I'm
Pancakes
sorry.
left us. Yeah, I know. We did not have jokes to make and
Yeah.
funny stories to tell.
Pancakes
were
left
serious.
and Moosey
No.
left and yeah.
I know. Our hardcore 12 are gone. Oh, it's so sad.
Our hardcore 12, Moose and Pancakes. Okay, that's that new math, right? Common Core?
Core.
Oh,
Damn right.
thank you.
That-
Okay.
that's how I make
Hey,
my
I got
profit.
that on the first answer.
Yeah, well, you know how the government does it. 1 for you, 6 for us. 2 for you, 15 for us.
Just
15
happens that
for
there's
you.
only 3, but hey, you know.
312 for us. Well, I don't know. It's just a horrible game to me. I don't see it as real. Like all the arguing about the Obamacare going to Trump care. What the fuck is the difference if what the medical people are doing to you physically is killing you? Who cares who owns it or what title it's under? It ought to just be called death stuff.
Well, yeah.
You know, 'cause
Dangleberry
you're not
death
gonna-
care.
Yeah, you're Dangleberry or Trump or Pump or whoever the fuck it is. It's all the same. Come on.
Yeah, one of my coworkers who is a diabetic shared a link with me last night.
Yeah.
He gotten back from seeing a specialist in Denver, and the link that he shared was some kind of press conference bullshit thing from the Trumpelstiltskin Brigade, where they were saying that diabetics do not deserve insurance, and it's like, what the? And then I got to
Wow.
thinking about it, and I thought, fuckers, they got this game going from both angles.
Uh-huh.
And we
Yeah.
sit here and go, what? What? You fucked me over to start with, and now you're fucking me over again. And I'm going, what? What the hell? And now you're telling me that, oh no, you have to go die now because, yeah, even though we caused this to happen and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not
Well,
going to let you participate in our scam anymore. And you know, I just read a little bit of it and just went, no, I'm done with this.
Oh.
Because I got to the point where it said the only reason we have insurance is to make it to where when you have cancer, you won't be made broke. And it's like, excuse me? You break people
Wow.
already. That just
Yeah.
adds icing to the cake. Oh.
Yeah, but the illusion that that's the only way to do it, and it's legal. It's all legal. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what's legal to do.
Yeah.
And the things that are against the law to do are the ones that keep you healthy.
Yeah. That's why they're against the law.
Yeah, exactly. But you cannot convince the statist mind of that. It's for your own good. The devil's lettuce will make you sit in Taco Bell at 4 o'clock in the morning laughing at people eating donuts.
And
Yeah, maybe
the
so.
Taco Bell
Yeah.
food.
Well, you know, something ridiculous you'll be doing at 4 in the morning that's hurting absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
Is suddenly it's a crime wave to a guy that wants order in his life. Well, you know, if you want order in your life, then have order in your life. If you're going to mix with chaotic people that don't claim to have order in their life, don't try to bring order to their life because they obviously don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted order, I'd go to Germany and try to become a Nazi or something. No, I don't want order. I like living how I live. You know,
Yes.
at the sperm of the moment, drop of the hat, do what I want. Then I got married and everything changed. You know?
Oh, eccentricities. Aren't they wonderful?
I know, but see, there you go. But I knew what I was doing. I willingly traded in my freedom for an indefinite future with somebody that's almost as whacked as me.
Hey, there you go. See, and that's the whole thing that I think Dr. Seuss was right. You know, you want
Yeah.
to find someone who appreciates your weirdness and who you could spend the rest of your life being weird with.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Today she was gardening, so she was Farmer Brown today. You know,
Yay!
and she was drawing. I mean, she multitasks. I can't do one thing at a time. This girl can do four things at a time. You know,
Yeah.
they're not real good done, but four semi things, and I just fuck up one thing.
Oh,
But yeah, she was drawing on the thing, and then she was planting some this and that, and she got strawberries and taters growing out there. Then she does her imitation of a Southern girl, and I die laughing, and it starts all over again.
oh, how fun!
I know. That Danglish thing is a crack up. Anyway, so, you know, and politics and all that. If you've heard me fucking talk on this horseshit show once, you've heard me say this before. It's all bullshit. Every fucking thing that we've ever been taught is based on a bald-faced lie.
Yeah.
Therefore, none of it is true. If you believe it, it's on you, not me. I'm not paying no taxes, Johnny. That's not for me to do. It's just the way I roll.
Yeah.
But see, my brother on the other side, he's not like me. He does it the normal way.
Yeah.
And life took him down a road where now he doesn't have to, and he appreciates my side of life now. He went, whoa, cool.
And see, that was his path. He had to walk that walk. You walked
Yeah.
yours,
Oh,
he walked
yeah.
his.
Yeah, and like me and you, when we talk about a word that means something, blah, 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 me and him ended up at the same place at the same time without knowing it. And boom, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a disagreement that for a few years I didn't really want to chat with him anymore. And
Yeah.
he found a magic way around it. He agreed with me, and I went, oh, you're cool. I told you that's what I do. When people agree with me about something I truly believe, and they go, hey, you know what? I agree with you about that now. I go, oh, okay, cool. No grinding, no taking it down. Now I'm just going to mention on the radio I was right about something. When he hears the show, he's going to probably die laughing. But, you know, now that he's agreed with me, things are better. And that's the whole truth. You know, it's not got nothing to do with anything else. Those magic words, you were right. They're almost like an orgasm. Sorry, honey.
Well, what if you were left on a street corner? I know you would wander down to the next street corner and go, hey, this is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I just find a bar and go find me something to do. Go create a new reality out of the ashes of the present, by God.
There you go.
Rise! I will rise. You know what? You know, there's people that think the rebel flag of the South is racist.
Yeah.
Do you know how stupid those people are?
Well, it's just like the people that are removing all those monuments down there, and
Wait, does that
wow,
mean you know how stupid they are
magically
about the
there was
flag?
no more Civil War heroes or any of that other fun shit. So obviously we didn't have a Civil War, which means there must not have been any slavery. I mean, if you want to extrapolate it out, you can come up with all kind of argument bullshit to go along with it. But just
The
because you
war was
remove it,
never-
I know it
was
wasn't
never
about slavery. But
Okay.
that's the story
That-
they were taught.
That
And
they molded it into later to justify what happened 100 years ago. Yeah, it's all bullshit, Mary.
I know.
And now today, in mentality, we pay for the crimes of our forefathers through the way we treat each other in public.
Yeah.
Because some people are just nasty and rude.
Some people
And
are.
other people are interpreted as nasty and rude depending on the person watching because they have their own personal set of decoders to interpret what they see. There you go. And the only time it ever fucking matters is when you're in a big group and somebody wants to drop bombs. Other than that, it's just a bunch of chatter on a computer screen. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, all that Kim Jong-il shit didn't last but 10 days. Now it's the Iran thing didn't last. What, is the public weary of war finally? Are they getting wise to the scams and they're not falling for it? What's going on? I missed it.
I don't know. I think people, and of course I still keep seeing all of this. The Russians did it, and it's like, really, seriously? I thought that went out in the 50s and 60s. Jesus, that's one of those things that some fads are really cool when they come back, like the elephant bell pants. I really wish those would come back in style, because I had one pair left from high school, and then they got stolen when my daughter did a school play. And so I like the elephant bells, so I wouldn't mind that fad coming back. I'm not real crazy about polyester, so that fad doesn't need to come back. The big bouffant hairdos, no, that really doesn't need to come back either. But
wow.
Yeah, Russia did it. That's another one of those that I really don't think needs to come back. That's been played out, and it's the other guy did it. Let's just always say the other guy did it. How's that? It's the other guy's fault, not mine. I didn't do something stupid.
Wow. See, judgment. You're stupid as my smart, and vice versa.
Yeah,
it's
but that's what I see is going on in society right now. Is there's so many people that, and I've done it my share of time too, which is probably why I see it, because you don't really see things unless. Okay, that doesn't make sense either. Because they say that unless it's within you, you cannot see it. Well, I'm not a murderer, but I can see when someone's a murderer. But I do have traits, and there are times when I get the whole finger pointing thing going, and then I catch myself because I look down at my hand and see I've got 3 pointing right back at me, and it's like, wow. Some bitch, I better shut up.
Well, Grim just summed it up in one word.
Yep.
But it should be one word instead of 10. But
yeah, the Russia, Syrian, alien, North Korean, Iranians did it. That's right, they did.
Everybody,
dirty
people that did it.
And I was gonna say it was the brown people that did it, but. Yeah. But them aliens are green, and North Koreans are supposedly yellow, and Russians are pasty white, and so I mean, I'm being very stereotypical here, but if we're going to be kicking on the stereo to be typical with it, then let's kick it in, okay?
I don't know. I haven't seen no Koreans over here in Denmark so far. Especially no North Koreans. Maybe there was some South or East or West Koreans, but no Koreans that I could tell.
The Bob twins are back.
Hey, we got our Bobs. We will succeed with Bobs.
Yes.
We must have many Bobs. I told Cirque some of those old corny American jokes, because she never heard a lot of English spoken stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I was, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs hanging around in your living room? Art. What do you call a guy hanging around in the front of your house on the driveway without no arms and legs? Matt.
And I'll bet she about died laughing, didn't she?
In water, Bob. For whatever situation, there's a name to fit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cirque was like, wow. Yeah. And Ollie, her nephew, he's like 12 now. He's coming up on 13. He would be a teenager, so he's at that awkward stage.
Yeah.
But he thinks for himself already. He's got a good future ahead of him as far as entertainment goes, because he's funny as fuck. 12 years old, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure. Yeah. I didn't think it was possible, but there he is to prove it's true. To me, not to you.
Yeah.
And his English is getting a lot better. So.
Cool.
I make him laugh when I try to speak Danish, so I try to do it every now and again.
Oh, well, good.
It's like the word of the day. Then they spend the rest of the day trying to figure out what it was I said.
Well, you're sitting over there going, I have no freaking clue what I said, but they're laughing, and it's got them going, aye.
No, I'll find a word but I'll say it with with an American, tone to it, because I speak in the English language, so it's got English letters to it, and not Danish, so it cracks them up. It'd be
Ah.
like reading English from the Danish, you'd read it with a Danish mentality, and the words would be read differently.
Well,
And
it's
to
like,
us,
yeah.
it would be funny. Ah,
Yeah, so it's like when I do an article from like Iceland or something like that, and I totally butcher the names.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
bad. I've seen Cirque look over at me a couple times through some of those. And go, wow. Yep, she really said that. I didn't tell her. It wasn't my idea. Wow. I better hit this pipe before I get excited and say something I'll regret.
Oh, well, I
don't
noticed you
know.
was stripping.
No, I was just taking off my sweater. We got warm now. See, we've hit spring finally. And now
Yay!
it's the low teens, which is very warm because we're so used to it being so fucking cold. 60 is hot.
Yeah.
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 There you go. And I'm from the desert where 109 was an average, July day.
Uh-huh.
But dry heat, so this humidity just makes me go drip, 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 drip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm out of my element, so there you go.
yeah. Oh, I know how that is. Because we had, we had that blizzard and all that other fun shit, and the weather was staying it would be cold, and then for a couple of days, it got into the 50s, and so all of that snow melted and stuff. But
All in 1 week, though, Mary. They were making a milkshake out of you.
yes, they were. But then
It was
yesterday, yesterday
Yeah.
when it actually started warming up, we got up to 63 degrees yesterday, and it's like, damn, this is short sleeves and shorts kind of day.
Yeah. And the other day, you were up to your eyeballs in snow.
Yeah.
Now, see, you cannot tell me that is not government intervention. Playing with the atmospheric continuums that surround us in our skies.
And I used to tell people that, oh, cripes, for as long as I can remember, we've had freaky ass weather, which, yeah, on occasion we have. But then I got to thinking, when did they start all of this cloud seeding and rain making and all that other fun stuff, and started researching and yeah, that's about for as long as I've got memory that they've been dodging with the sky and putting shit up there to tweak
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah. They're experimenting to see what's gonna happen. Simple
Yeah.
as that. They don't know. Oh, come on. There was a little girl in Georgia maybe 2 years back, that did an experiment at school that blew up and got arrested and charged with terrorist something because her thing blew. Yeah, just zero tolerance crap in some jurisdictions is taken so far that, man, it makes you wonder what country they're talking about.
yeah.
And then I remember, oh yeah, one's just like the other in the long run if you think about it.
Yeah.
Just America's jails, there's got more room than anybody else.
Yeah.
They
and that
long time, round eyes.
that reminds me of when my brothers, I think it was my sophomore year of high school. Yeah, because I had a brother that was a senior and a brother that was a junior. In any case, the brother that was a junior was in chemistry class, and they were farting around and decided to make a stink bomb that exploded. And the only thing that happened out of that whole deal was they closed school early for the day because it just frickin' reeked. So, nobody got in trouble because they were in chemistry class and they were doing experiments, and the chemistry teacher said, well, I guess you found out how to make a stink bomb, didn't you? And then next thing you know, the bell went off and they announced over the speakers, school has been canceled for the rest of the day due to the aroma thanks to the chemistry class. And it's like, this is cool. This is cool. But, that kind of shit don't happen anymore. Somebody does a stink bomb in chemistry class now, and all of a sudden that person is, you got the cops showing up, and they get a demerit on their permanent record and all this other crazy ass stuff. And what were they doing? They were in chemistry class, and they were putting chemicals together and had an experiment that went wrong. Nobody got hurt. It just smelled really bad, but...
I never got that far in school.
Oh, well. I
where they had a chemistry class to even offer, so I could blow something up. I had to do it the old-fashioned way with cigarette butts and lighters.
ah, that's okay.
Drano.
Oh,
Yeah. Bleach.
I just never really was that interested in chemistry stuff. I just,
Don't need to be. All you got to do is just go into the grocery store, buy 5 different cleaning products, get a couple of buckets, and then pour one into a bucket and add something to it, and eventually something's going to blow up on you.
that's true. But see, I've
Sooner
never,
or later, you'll
yeah,
hit it right.
I've never been that interested in doing that stuff either. I just,
Mm.
not until
No,
I
but
started playing with my oils, and now I'm mixing things all the time. But
That's a different kind of mix. But
yeah,
it proves that society doesn't really care about your safety, but it's a good way to sell safety gear.
oh yeah,
But they
yeah,
don't give a flying fuck about your safety. I mean, you look around your house, you got 10,000 ways to kill yourself in your own house.
oh yeah.
Electricity, gas, electrical cords. I don't know. Go up on the roof and jump off. Maybe that wouldn't kill you, but
Pets.
it would leave your neighbors something to clean up off the driveway. Jump into your neighbor's driveway and really fucking piss them off.
Yeah,
I'll never get this blood out of my concrete, you prick.
yeah,
My
yeah.
evil plan has come to fruition. Wow. What a world we're in.
Yeah. Oh, and P. Bunyan is
Really?
saying that people used to bring their guns to school for show and tell. And yeah, when I was in
Long
high
time
school, you would ride, the guys, especially the country kids, would drive their pickups into school. And yeah, they had the gun racks in the back of the pickup. And yeah, that was nothing to see that. Now you can't, it's like, oh, fuck, he's a terrorist.
Oh, they've turned that terrorist thing on everybody. It's so old now. Come on. You can't really believe it anymore, can you?
Well, it's hard to be terrified when everything's supposed to be terrifying you. It's like, oh my God, an earthworm went across the sidewalk. Ah! Yeah.
Really? An earthworm?
Well, something caused that earthworm to cross the sidewalk.
Some country girl you are, or that's a big earthworm.
Why did the earthworm cross the sidewalk? I don't know, but apparently somebody did a terroristic act that caused it to do that.
Because the mayor was going to never mind.
Yeah, whatever. Which, speaking of earthworms, when we had that big rain the other day, I knew I had, because my basement window leaked, because it was coming in from a lot of people had leaks that they didn't normally have. And a lot of people, it was seeping in from the ground because the ground is so saturated out here.
Wet.
And I went down because I had a fan and I had towels, and by the time I finally went to bed, it had stopped running in the window, but I still had wet towels and all that other fun stuff. So I went down in the morning and changed the towels again, and as I'm picking up the towels, I had an earthworm under one of the towels, and it's like, holy crap, that's a hell of a flood if I've got earthworms coming into my basement. It was wild. It's like,
Did
wow.
you name it and give it a little bed to sleep in?
No, I did not, because Rascal was down there with me, and she saw it wiggle, and that was the end of the earthworm.
Yeah. Hannah was experimenting last night with a moth. And it was funny to watch the dog. As fast as she is, she couldn't paw that moth. It would move out before she could get it. And she's pretty quick for, dogs are fast, but moths are faster. She finally got it. The poor little moth was Hannah bait.
Ah.
Hey, that's my bug story. I ain't no better than your bug story. This is not a competition, Miss Mary. It's a meeting of the minds.
I'm
Two separate people talking about opposite things at
about
the same
bugs.
time. Bugs. Hey, I got to ask you. Here's my question of the week.
Okay.
Dork question of the week.
Okay.
Do I annoy you as much as you annoy me? Let us ponder. I've told the story before because I said that to Kelly and Circle,
at the breakfast table one day.
Uh-huh.
Just looked up out of nowhere and asked him that. Went back, and Kelly thought, "Hey, what the fuck is he saying?" and it took Cirque to calm her down and go, "Hey, got to consider who's asking. think it through." Well, you got to understand, first of all, I don't really care what you think about anything in the first place, no matter who you are. I care what I think. Here you have it. But it makes me, I don't know, I get loose-lipped sometimes and just sit there and think something real devious and then just blurt it out for no particular reason, at nobody in particular, but it hits the whole room I'm sitting in.
Yeah, but you know, that whole do I annoy you as much as you annoy me? Well, okay, so I throw that right back at you because you really don't annoy me. So do I annoy you as much as you annoy me? Because you really don't annoy me. So is it... That's,
there you go.
That's the way I took that. So
there's but there's a negative way to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
Depending on how browbeaten. Kelly had a pretty rough home life, so her hearing it was negative.
Yeah.
Cirque hearing it was funny. And once we explained, well, not we, but once Cirque explained to Kelly what she thought I meant, Kelly was, oh, yeah, that's him. I get it now.
Yeah.
But at first it was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do you mean am I annoyed? Well, of course, everybody's annoys everybody else. That's what we do.
Well, yeah.
We're not really taught to nurture and embrace the annoyance.
Ah.
See that? Yeah.
I got to respond to Rain. Rain said that she brings chaos and destruction to your homes. Well, Miss Rain, you sure brought a lot of dampness. Was that your fault?
Yeah.
I got two fingers pointing at Rain now because she brought dampness to my home.
she loved you long time.
She
you
loved
still wet.
She
you
loved me
wet for days.
Yeah, she loved me soggy.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Sorry, honey. I don't mean to inspire Miss Mary to say these crazy things on the radio. It's a gift. It's my dark gift. I make people say dirty things on the radio.
I didn't say anything dirty. I said soggy. Where you took it is completely up to you.
Blame me for hearing what you said. I'm on you now, little Missy. How I interpret things is your problem, by God and country. That's right. You're the one that said it. Be responsible for what you said.
Okay, I said soggy.
Uh-oh.
And you took it dirty. But it's just soggy.
I might be joining hands at the girls don't like us table soon at the rate I'm going. Damn. Gonna fall in the polls like, Trump. Hey, but we loved him yesterday, but today we don't love. But we'll love him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well.
Well.
Know. It's all relative to your particular needs in life.
That is true.
What your needs are is what dictates your behavior. Did you know that?
Yes.
Hey, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You're going to pontificate on how great.
I had a rant ready, rolled, and ready to go. I was going to light that fucker up, and you said, "Yeah, I do."
I just popped your bubble.
I got to re-roll again. Oh man. Okay. Next. I know I've got such a dirty mind. It's fascinating.
It is.
Hey, I am the guy that made it clear to everybody that boobs run the world. And once they came to terms with my assumption and saw the truth behind it, they went, "Wait a minute, he might be onto something here." Because you can't be mad with a face full of boobs, and if you can, I want video proof of that one. The The couple was having their hardcore fight. His face buried in her boobs. Killed at 11. Yeah. Nah. It's gonna happen. That's the part where you go, yes, honey, okay, what are you gonna do? You don't say no at times like that. That's critical mass, you idiot. Doesn't get any better. Because, like words, the best words end in contract.
Uh-huh.
The best boobs end in contract, too. That's right. So if
I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, if your boobs aren't under contract, that's not my fault. It's freedom of choice at its very worst. Because I think an unattended set of boobs is a terrible thing. We must do it for the good of mankind.
Yes.
Face your fears, gentlemen.
And bury your face.
Bury your face in those boobs. And I defy you to start an argument at that point. Because, that's usually the part where, okay, honey. Could you imagine how much shit we could get over if people would just bury their face in their prospective boobs and just shut up? But no. Let's go bomb Iran. Hey, Rock, watch me pull a rabbit out of my ass. Again, that trick never works. Nothing up my sleeve. Roar. Ooh, I do that.
All righty. Wow.
Anyway, I don't know.
I don't either.
It's one of those cornerstones of life, and I think I could prove it too, but I don't know. I don't think my wife would be willing to do the video. What do you want to fight about tonight, honey? The letter B.
Now I know what Cirque does to shut you up.
Yeah, she pretends she doesn't speak English. Try that
Lord.
on TSA agent. No habla ingleso, signore.
Oh, Lord, you say it worse than I do. Shit, I didn't think that was possible.
It worked for Obama when he was jumping that border from Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know what my theory is on all that Obama birth certificate shit, right?
No.
Or any POTUS birth. Okay. You might not understand my deep thought here. Ready for this? Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Only slaves have birth certificates.
Ah. Okay.
The birth record was never the question. It was the birth certificate, which does nothing more than prove you're a slave to the man through the banking system cartel. But the birth record is a whole different document. And I tried to go into it last week at the end of the show, but we ran out of time.
Ah.
So I brought it back up so that we could rediscuss it today. There you go.
And you know what? You brought it up close to the end of the show.
Well, when I'm good at something, I stick with it. Don't fuck with perfection, and when you got that formula down, just use it.
I got a brother that says that he doesn't do anything that he doesn't do very well. And I looked at him and he said, because if I don't do it very well, I don't do it anymore. Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Or at least lie about having done it. Hey, did you make that pot? No. Did you paint that? No, I didn't paint that. No. Some untalented fucking weirdo painted that thing. That wasn't me. Nope. Yeah. But there's always a better side. There's always a bright side to life, no matter how bad things are.
True.
Just no
Sure.
matter how much paint you have.
That's true as well. Yeah.
Well, then how do they control the amount of paint we are allowed? And why do we tolerate it? I am confused.
Mm,
Yeah.
there's that
Tires
mass
just make me
hypnosis thing
understand.
again.
I know, huh? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick
Uh-huh.
tock. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
what do you call that? I'm going to hypnotize you, Miss
Yeah.
Mary. Look deep into my eye.
So I can
When I,
hypnotize. Yeah. Yeah,
you
yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but you really believe that stuff, and I don't know. I've never had anybody do it to me.
I don't know that I've seen other people be hypnotized,
Yeah,
but I don't think
yeah.
I've ever been not like a hypnotist going, I'm going to hypnotize you.
I
Um,
saw Bilbo outwit Gollum inside the mountain, so there you go. It's all fake.
uh-huh.
If that isn't true, then what is? Think about it. If they'll lie to you about that, everything else has got to be a lie too. Oh, I'm so sad.
Well, if the initial thing that you are convinced of is a lie, then everything based upon that
Yeah.
is just a furtherance of that lie. Yes.
Yeah, you just described the words of everybody I've ever heard speak for all my life. Because the ones that know don't tell you the things that the parrots repeat. See?
Yeah.
So you hear a certain rhetoric from a certain person and you already know where that conversation is going to go because normal people don't talk that way. And normal being an interpretation based on my sense of that word because I obviously have one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I live amongst other human beings, therefore I must fit into society at some level. But participating in it, which me and you don't agree on that, I don't. You think I do. I think I'm watching it, but that's okay. And I cross the line there because the people I encounter in public do not enter my home without invitation. And I'm very, very infrequently invite somebody to the home. I'm
Ah.
very private, very private. We don't do a lot of physical associating outside of the family here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There you go. Well, we've only been married 3 years. I mean, Christ. She's not that bored of me yet. She wants me to bring people home that,
To
that I
entertain
know.
her.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
keep
except for
Well, she's
except
already figured out she doesn't have to choke you. She can just smother you. So,
yeah, but except for Andre. Andre was a dog lover, and we have mutual friends in town, so it was an easy way to meet somebody, and then to have coffee and a spliff was just being polite. It wasn't an unusual thing. That was the normal thing to do.
wow. Oh, Rain just said in the
What?
chat, she knows someone that got hypnotized. She walked home barefoot without her stuff. She willingly gave up her things to a stranger. Wow.
Some people's kids.
See, and that's from what I've researched on that, they say that you won't do something that you wouldn't otherwise do. So,
Anyway, right?
yeah.
It wouldn't go against your nature. Like if you weren't a murderer, you wouldn't commit. If you weren't a blah blah, you wouldn't set
Yeah.
something on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that. But still, I've not had it done to me. I've only heard stories.
Yeah.
It's like most things in my life. My physical experience is so limited compared to the shit that I've been told happens. Man, my life has just been a big bore.
There's lots of times when I look at my life and I think, wow, someone else would die of boredom. But I really enjoy my
But
nice,
see,
quiet.
right, and I really believe that 90+% of people are just maybe 90. 1 out of 10 is an excitement junkie at some level. And the rest of us either grow out of it, retire from it, live long enough to put it behind you, whatever. At some point, it ends.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't take the opportunity to stop get quit on purpose by life.
Mm-hmm.
Your chute didn't open. Oops.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I
But
just never really saw the purpose of jumping out of a perfectly good airplane with a
my
backpack.
my my brother and my dad did it. My brother's still crippled, and he still wants to go do it again. I don't know. I
Well,
told him you're out of your fucking mind, but that's his experiences to do shit like that.
there
There
you
you go.
go. Yep. Yep. Well, you
Me,
know what?
I'm
We're
a
just
dork.
about out of time.
Lucky us,
I know. I know.
'cause
Oh, stretch.
we weren't so funny this week. I blame you.
Well, I think we were funny, and yet we had some moments, and then we got funny again.
We had our moments.
Yes, we had our moments. True.
Uh,
So y'all
I'm
been
going.
listening to the Dork Table here on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3, on this 13th day of May 2017.
What she
And
said.
yeah, Kira will be up here in a couple hours here on Real Liberty
You're
Media.
on the bridge.
No, and then Bo Diddy will be on this evening with some bodacious tunage.
Oh, kitty.
Then tomorrow, Grimmy will be on at noon Eastern Time or 11 o'clock my time for some bodacious blues to lead you
Blues?
into, blues as opposed to greens. Well, they'll probably be partaking of greens while listening to the blues. But
Yo, with any luck, anyway.
yeah, and probably playing some trivia as well. Yeah, and then Hal Anthony's coming up right after Grimmy.
Al Anthony.
And then tomorrow evening will be Gary L. and Gigi's Boo with The Road Less Traveled. So, yeah,
Road less traveled.
lots and lots coming up. So, yeah. I am going to, as soon as I get done here, I will do the little blurb thing and the podcast thing. And then I'm going to get myself cleaned up and get ready to head down and spend some time with my mama on this Mama Day weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Vince.
We
Vince
will do
said,
that,
"Hey."
Vinny. Thank you, sweetie. So y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your weekend. And
Rest of your weekend.
you got anything to say, Flasher?
No.
No, nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it's just what I think. It's not that big a deal.
Ah.
That's all.
Oh,
Just
okay.
my opinion, and I like to do it on the radio and have a giggle.
There you go. Well, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun.
Teaches me not to take it so seriously in real life and just